Hey, I'm Porn, a late diagnosed autistic human being from France living in the UK, and I make videos about my own experience as a late diagnosed autistic person. And today I thought I'd make a part 2 of my Stim toy collection because the first part I made 3 months ago, which I can't believe. It's been so long already. But I got a few new toys that I thought I would share with you today. So I have all of them propped, laid out in front of me right now. So let's get started. As usual, I'll put a link. I'll put a link to those I purchased online down below. Some of them I purchased in shops and stuff, so obviously I can't really, link those, but the other ones I will. So the first one I actually already had last time when I filmed the first part, but I forgot about it. I don't know if it qualifies as a fidget, but you could use it as one. It's a toy. It's actually one of those 3D printed, articulated little creatures. This one is a lizard, dragon, lizard, whatever you want to call it. And it's really cool because as you can see, the color shifts according to the lighting, and it's really pretty. And I got this as a Christmas present actually from my partner last Christmas, so because he knows I like things like that. I actually named him Gilbert. Don't ask me why. I like to give like stupid names to things. Not that the name Gilbert is stupid, but like you wouldn't necessarily think of this name for a creature like that. But yeah, it's really fun. I like to pretend that it's, a real little companion. Usually it lives on my desk upstairs, which I never use. But yeah, it's a fun little one. I guess you could play with it. It's a little spiky, but it's not too uncomfortable to hold. You could play with it if you wanted. I prefer to like display it or like hold it as if it was a real animal. I think my partner got it from either Etsy or Amazon. The next two items I got from a shop near where I live. I don't remember what that shop is called, but it's those kinds of shops that sell all sorts of things like stationery and toys and things like that. So I got two things from that shop. I got a very nostalgic item for me, which is the Slinky. I couldn't find ones online that I liked, and when I saw this one in the shop, I was like, this is the one. And it only cost like £2, something like that. And it looks exactly like the one I had as a kid growing up in the 2000s, early 2000s. It's crazy, and it's so satisfying. It's not one of those quiet fidgets you'll use while watching TV, but it's fun to play with. It's fun to play with, and the colors are really mesmerizing in my opinion. You can do the classic thing of making it come down the stairs. That's not necessarily considered fidgeting, but I guess it could be a Stim. The most satisfying thing to do is this. I could go on. So the Slinky, that's been very nice. The other item I got from this shop, and these kinds of soft plastic toys, they get dirty pretty quickly, so don't mind all the dust and the hairs and everything, especially since I have two cats and both me and my partner have long hair, so it's a very hairy household. So it's a frog, sort of those frog squishy bowls with like Orbeez inside, or like those little water bowls. Actually, so it came like this, but I actually don't use it with the frog around it. I actually took this out and I use it like a and it's very satisfying. Got all the little balls inside. It makes a slushy sound. I play with it in different ways. Sometimes I'll go like this, like pinch it, and then go like this. Which is really dumb, but it feels nice. And then you can see the little balls inside. I wish it was purple, because purple's my favorite color and it would look really good. But yeah, you can do all sorts of things with it. It's fun to play with. Again, it was really cheap, like £2 or £3. So, and there's a little bit of resistance, but it's pretty easy to squish. So I don't know. That's a fun one to play with. I like it. The only thing I don't like about these kinds of fidgets is there's usually like the place where they filled it up and then sealed it. It's usually doesn't look very strong, so I tend to avoid going like this because I'm afraid it's gonna burst. So I'll usually like hold the place where it was sealed. But other than that, I've had it for 2 or 3 months now, and it's still fine. What I like to do the most is like squeeze it. I don't know if you can see it very well. I like to squeeze it and like look at the little orbs and like move the skin of the ball around the little orbs and watch them slide inside. No idea if I'm making any sense right now. So that's that. The next one I'm gonna talk about is this one that I got from Amazon. It's a ripoff of the fidget cube that was all the rage a few years ago. And so I got it for cheaper, but I actually don't mind that it's a ripoff. I mean, in my opinion, it does the job. So maybe if the features are slightly different, but it still does the job. And I've been using that cube so much, especially when I'm out of the house or when I traveled, because it's so inconspicuous, so discreet. It's small, it fits really well in the palm of your hand, it's black, so it doesn't attract attention too much. A lot of these other fidgets are very bright, they have lots of colors, or they're a bit bigger. I don't necessarily leave the house with those because I'm not as comfortable using them out and about, because they're more, you know, visible. But this one is very discreet, and so it has all these different sides. This one you can pull on it, very satisfying, or you can go like this. And this side, it's a little ball that you can click. So they all make satisfying sounds. And then these 3. Then we've got this switch. That's probably the best part. Makes a really good sound. Sometimes I'll just go like this while I'm talking or something. Then I've got this part, which is, I think it's better in the original fidget cube. Obviously, like, it's not a very interesting side. For me, it doesn't do much. But I could see how maybe with a different texture or something, it could be interesting. Then we have those buttons, and only 3 of them make a sound. So these 2 don't make a sound, but these 3 do. So I'll often go like this. Again, satisfying noise. And then I think the last one is this thingy that turns. So I'll often go like this with my thumb. Very satisfying. So yeah, love this one. The next items I got for my birthday. So I basically have on Amazon a fidget / Stim toy wish list that I have shared with my partner. And so from time to time, like, we'll buy stuff from that list. And for my birthday, I told him, like, he was like, what do you want? And I said, like, just pick an item or 2 from that list, and that's what he did. So someone left a comment under my first Stim toy collection video saying they recommended Crazy Aaron's putties, and I got one for my birthday. Okay, It's the Honey Hive Thinking Putty. Here it is. So putties are kind of like slimes, but they're a bit more stable. I don't know. It looks like this. It's got all these little gold sparkles in it. I've been playing with this a lot in the past couple of months. Make sure I get all the sticky stuff. So here it is. It's got also little bees inside it because it's a honey hive. See those little bees? So basically you stretch it and you squeeze it and you do all sorts of things with it. And it's very satisfying to look at because of all the little golden glitter inside, and it's satisfying to play with. Also, like, it's a clear kind of slime holding it all together, which is also satisfying. I don't know, I like playing with it. One of my favorite things to do with it is like go like this and fold it over. And sometimes, like, if you play with it enough, you'll be able to trap some air bubbles inside, and it makes some, like, you can hear it a little bit. Here we go. Makes some satisfying noises. So I'll go like this while I'm watching TV or whatever. It's fun. I even took it with me when I traveled to Switzerland last month, and it was fine. It's fine to travel with. So yeah, they have lots of putties from that brand, so maybe I'll buy more in the future. The second item I got for my birthday is this little yo-yo. Yo-yos are nostalgic for me again. So it says Magic Yo-Yo, Alloy Yo-Yo Manufactory. Again, got it from Amazon. It came in this little pouch. Then you have the yo-yo, which is a dark blue. And then it also came with a little bag of strings, and you basically choose the string you want. So obviously I went with purple. No surprise there. I can't really show it to you, like, but it's a yo-yo. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You put it on your finger, make it go up and down, and you can do tricks with it. It's, again, just like the Slinky, it's something that you don't fidget with. It's something that you play with standing up, you know? It's not really something you can play with while watching TV or something. I mean, you could, but, you know. And the third thing I got for my birthday, which is a really interesting fidget that I never would have thought existed, or it's more like a Stim toy, that I never would have thought existed if it wasn't for a Stim toy collection video I watched. I can't remember who it was by, but the person in that video was showing the sensory stickers that they had. So I got this all from Amazon again. It comes in all different colors. This is one of my favorites, and it's all the same texture. I guess they could have made different textures, but that's alright. One is so beautiful. It's like an oil painting. And you basically stick it anywhere you want. It's satisfying texture, like a bit rubbery. Don't really know how to describe it. It's a little rough, so it feels nice on the fingertips. It's like a fingertip massage. Can go with your nails as well. So that's nice. I put one on the back of my phone so that when I'm stressed or whatever, I'm on the go. When I have like my phone with me, I can rub it. I haven't necessarily developed the reflex yet of being like, oh, let me reach for that. But I like the idea of it. And maybe, you know, sometimes my experience with fidget toys so far has been sometimes I buy a new one. I'm like, yeah, it's nice, whatever. And I don't really play with it for a few weeks. And then suddenly it becomes my obsession, and it's the only thing I play with out of the blue, you know, like I rediscover it. I think like it depends on what your needs are at that point in your life. I don't know. But these are nice. I also put some on my laptop. Yeah, you can put them wherever you want, on your desk. If I worked at my desk still, I definitely would put one of those on there. Okay, so that's everything I got for my birthday. I have one more item. I should have had two, but I only have one. So even though I'm not on TikTok, I heard from this brand called Nido, N-E-E-D-O-H, and they make some toys that went really viral. Obviously, the most famous one is the Nice Cube. So I was trying to find it online, and it was really difficult to find a retailer who had it in stock in the color that I wanted, because it comes in blue, pink, and purple, and I absolutely wanted the purple one. So in the meantime, until I could find it, I got the Shaggy Ball. I'll insert a picture so you can see what it looks like. It's like a little ball with like a white substance inside, and it's got little hairs all around it, and so it was very satisfying to play with. Unfortunately, it burst all over my hands a few days ago, so I don't have that one anymore. But I finally was able to order a purple Nice Cube, which I got yesterday, which is one of the reasons why I decided to make this video today. So here it is, and it's already covered in dust and hair, but I've been playing with it a lot, and my partner has been playing with it a lot as well since yesterday. It's basically this stretchy silicone thing. It looks kind of like a breast implant if it wasn't purple and if it wasn't square, but like it's this clear silicone. I feel like the blue one is even more clear from what I've seen. Like you can almost like see through it. And inside is this clear glue. And so it's very satisfying to squish. There's a bit of resistance. I find that it gets easier to squeeze the more time you play with it, because it warms up in your hands, I guess. And it always returns to a cube shape. So you can squish it and watch it rise, or you can just not care about the shape. It is satisfying to play with. You can like, it's like neat. I mean, the brand is called Nido, and it does feel like kneading dough, so that's a good name. What I like to do, which is probably not advised, is like to pinch it really hard like this, and it becomes really clear. But you can clearly see the glue inside, and it goes back in. And yeah, no matter what you do to it, it always comes back to a cube shape. And I find that it looks like, I'm not sure about it, but it feels like the seal right here is a bit more sturdy than in other fidgets like this one. It feels like it's not gonna burst as easily, but then I've seen videos of people, you know, bursting it through the seal, so I don't know. Depends how hard you play with it. I tried not to put too much stress on the seal to make it last as long as possible. The Shaggy Ball, it wasn't the seal that broke. It was like basically the surface of the ball was a bit thin, and so it got, from stretching it too much, it got really thin and fragile and eventually broke. So, and then I had like white glue, well, it wasn't really glue, like some kind of cream, like white cream all over my hands and my t-shirt and stuff. That was fun. And also the Nice Cube is very stretchy, as you can see, so that's satisfying to do as well. It's just a really neat stress ball, basically. Apparently they had a ball that was really famous, really popular, that was called the Sugar Ball, and this is supposedly the square / cube version of that Sugar Ball. So I guess it's the same, kind of the same texture, kind of the same materials. But yeah, it really reminds me of a breast implant for some reason, especially when it's flat like that. I imagine it would feel the same, kind of. That's all the fidgets I wanted to talk about today. So I don't have that many, but I mentioned that in previous videos, but it's one of the joys of having discovered I'm autistic is I've always loved toys. I'm a child at heart, and I love playing, I love games, and I love toys. And so this kind of gives me like a reason to buy toys. And I'm always on the lookout for the next one. I don't buy many because I don't have a lot of money because I'm unemployed, but as you can see, my partner has been buying a lot of those for me because he knows I love them. So for Christmas and birthdays and stuff, I'm gonna continue to grow my collection slowly but surely. Leave a comment down below about how you feel about Stim toys, fidget toys, and what they do for you. I feel like a lot of people say that it's a good way for them to relax. It helps them relieve stress. For me, I'm not sure. It's not that obvious to me that it relieves stress when I play with fidget toys. Maybe I don't play with them right. I don't know. I feel like my other stims, like rocking, bouncing my leg, biting my thumbs and stuff like that, those provide more stress relief, and fidget stim toys provide more like fun and comfort. So that's now. So I don't necessarily, although when I'm out of the house, when I'm somewhere unfamiliar, stressful, I find that I rely on my fidgets, my Stim toys, a lot more to relieve stress. And like whenever I use them, for example, in you know, noisy restaurants, or at the doctor's office, or you know, in public transport, I'm like, oh, this is what they're meant for. I can really tell, like, I'm not making the most of them at home. They're meant to be used on the go like this in stressful, unfamiliar situations. So I guess in those situations it comes in handy. Like if I had a job where I had to leave the house every day to go places, I would definitely rely heavily on my fidget toys. But at home it's more of like a fun hobby almost. I guess become almost of a hobby collecting Stim toys. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Obviously in the future, when I have collected more, I will make a part 3. But in the meantime, those are all my toys. I think I've covered all of them. So let me know down below what you think of Stim toys, which ones you have, if you have any of the ones I showed, and what you think of them. If you're gonna buy some of them because I inspired you to, just leave a comment. I like reading from you guys. So thanks for liking, subscribing, watching, and commenting. Not necessarily in that order. I have a Ko-fi page that I'll link down below if you'd like to support my channel monetarily, which is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.